we got the kickoff. That's what we're talking about. Hello, welcome to our Vegas Nation Mailbag Show with Gilbert Manzano, the NFL writer here at the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I am merely Bryan Salmond. G, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. Week 4 of the NFL season. They got the Browns this week. We'll talk about what happened last week, but a lot to get into, right?
A ton to get into. First thing we got to get into is how can these people that we're looking at and talking to, how can they contact you and be a part of the Vegas Nation Mailbag Show, which we want you to be a part of?
Yes, it's week 4 by now, guys. I need you guys to give me more questions.
Yes.
No more excuses, but send me a tweet,
yes.
gmanzano24, or an email, gmanzano@reviewjournal.com.
You also get stuff on Facebook, don't you?
People Facebook comment right here. You know, go crazy. Give me a bunch of Jon Gruden stuff, Derek Carr, Marshawn Lynch, you name it. The guy on the bench, that guy too.
That guy too? All right, cool.
I'm hyped for this mailbag.
I'm hyped for the mailbag. I'm always hyped for the mailbag because I love doing shows with my guy Gilbert Manzano. So anytime we get to talk Raiders, football, Gruden, Chucky, whatever, it doesn't matter. So please be a part of our Facebook show here on Vegas Nation Mailbag. Contact Gilbert any way that you can, or leave a comment here on Facebook while we're live at the Review-Journal Sports website, or hopefully we're on the Review-Journal spot as well. Like hopefully we're on both of them, not just the sports, but hopefully we're on both of them.
We're all over the place. You can find us. It's 2018.
Exactly. Google this guy. He's Googleable. I just made that word up, but he's Googleable. All right.
I think that's a word.
Yeah, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the first thing that we need to talk about as far as one of the comments that we got from this past week. Trying to defend Jon Gruden and how he's been coaching. He hasn't done extremely well as of yet.
Yeah.
The Raiders are 0-3. And this is a question that I have. Forget Anthony Bernardino. I'm just joking, Anthony. Thank you for the comment. We appreciate that. But Gruden will fix what's wrong. Give him a chance. I mean, he's getting $100 million. He's got 10 years to have a chance. What do you think about that one, G?
These are, I put in the rare positive takes of Jon Gruden.
Yes, rare.
A lot of them were negative. So let's get the negative out the way and then go to the positive, Anthony.
Straight to it?
It seemed like at first when Jon Gruden signed with the Raiders, there was it was like a match made in heaven.
Of course.
People were happy.
Welcome back.
Rainbows and sunshine. And then you got the real kind of side of what's going to happen with Jon Gruden with Khalil Mack trade.
Oh, I'm glad you brought his name up first and not me.
I know. It's a new record, a minute or two in, right?
Yeah.
But it seemed like people were kind of leaving the Jon Gruden ship, like, all right, you're not going to do good things here. But then they kind of came back. All right, you know what? Let's give Jon Gruden a chance. Let's see what he does on the field as a play caller. Mm-hmm. Then you start 0-3. Then you only score 3 points in the fourth quarter of the first 3 games.
Man.
People are jumping ships. They're getting their life raft.
It's
and
Titanic?
It's Titanic.
They're playing the music?
Are freaking out about Jon Gruden. But guys, it's a 10-year contract.
Oh, okay.
So like Anthony here said, give him a chance. That's why I put it up there.
Okay, all right. So Anthony says give him a chance, which we'll give him a chance, I guess. We put it out there. How about the next comment that we got? A lot of people give comments to you on Facebook, which is nice.
Yeah.
We have another one here. This is from Okello Walters on Facebook. They'll be better. He's a good coach. He has a good quarterback. I'm sorry, I had something in my throat.
Are you coughing at Derek Carr being a good quarterback?
No, I needed to get a drink of this water really quickly. I had something in my throat. He needs to learn how to develop pass rushers and cornerbacks.
Yeah.
How about this? If they develop a pass rusher.
Or had one.
Yeah. If he develops them, what's to say that he's not going to trade them away?
Okay, so there's a lot going on in that comment. It's too soon to develop a pass rusher after you trade Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And the cornerbacks that he has are doing okay. They kind of did get exposed a little bit against the Dolphins and Ryan Tannehill, Larry Muir's favorite quarterback.
Ryan Tannehill.
But yes, it's going to take time. You got to develop these guys. But again, it's a 10-year contract. I think. Let's just tell it how it is. It's this year one is probably gonna be a throwaway year for Jon Gruden.
Probably.
Nobody wanted to believe it, because everybody has hope. And September 1st rolls around it's our year is our chance.
Yeah.
But if you really looked at this roster and you really see all the moves that Jon Gruden was doing, without saying it, he wasn't gonna say we're gonna throw this year away. They're still gonna try and win. I'm not saying there was tanking or anything like that. But the reality is this roster is not in shape.
It's not built to win right now.
There's still plenty of talent. But you got to develop guys, and again, it's not clicking, especially in those second half drives where you're not getting everybody on board.
Man, isn't that Gruden?
That is on Gruden.
Yeah.
But again, 10-year contract, and one thing we forget about Jon Gruden, he hasn't been calling plays for a decade in the NFL. We just assume he's going to be running smoothly. But all the blame and put on Derek Carr, Jon Gruden should get it too.
Yes.
But he's also learning, and it's kind of hard to expect that from a coach getting a lot of money. But again, he has a 10-year contract to figure it out.
Okay, he's got a 10-year contract to figure it out.
That's like the theme of the show. It's 10 years.
It's one thing that, okay, I'll bring up Khalil Mack. We'll sprinkle that out throughout the show and how bad they're missing Khalil Mack because we talk about developing a pass rush. When you traded away a guy who has the most pressures and sacks in the league, so I heard that stat earlier. He's leading the league in pressures and sacks this year. Right now, he's tied for sacks and pressures. He's got more than the Raiders have as a team.
He might be the league MVP.
He is.
Defensive player.
Yes.
I know Drew Brees is balling, but
Yes.
Khalil Mack is should be considered right now in week 4.
Especially with his team doing well, and their quarterback's terrible. And they're winning games.
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing about that is it's a different situation. When Khalil Mack went to join the Bears, there was plenty of talent. With the Raiders, not so much.
Not so much?
So not at all right now. But again, it's going to be a plan. This is a show about just facing the reality, Raider fans. It's going to be a tough year.
All right, it's going to be a tough year. We have one comment from our guy, Marco.
I know Marco Duarte.
You know Marco Duarte? You say that name. Cool. I like how that sounds. What does he have to say? I have Amari Cooper in my fantasy league. Do you think I should keep him or trade him?
That's tough because I also have Amari Cooper in one of my leagues,
Yes.
and I do not know what to do with Amari Cooper.
You should ask me. I'm one of the guys that's killing it
Do
in
you
this
have
fantasy
Amari
league.
Cooper though?
I do not have.
So you do
Amari
not have
Cooper.
this problem.
No, I had Jared Cook.
He's been kind of absent the last 2 weeks.
He's kind of been like.
But
this.
at least he had one big game. Amari Cooper has been very quiet.
One big game.
He had one game, but he didn't find the end zone.
Oh, he didn't.
But he did have a good game against the Broncos.
Yeah.
But when you go the opening week I think he had 1 reception for 9 yards, and
Yeah.
then week 3 he had 2 receptions for 17 yards. It's not good for your supposed to be number 1 wide receiver. This is a tough one because I like what the Raiders are doing in the first half.
Yeah.
And it seems like they always have somebody go off, but it's never at the same time. Jared Cook week 1. Amari Cooper week 2, and then Jordan Nelson week 3. Jordan Nelson, by the way, what a game.
Man.
But they're not doing it together.
No, and they're not winning. So, yeah, you're right.
So I think hold on to Amari Cooper for one more week.
Of course.
And if he has a good game, then you trade him. Get some value, and then go for the trade.
Like a stock, huh? Trade
Exactly.
when the value's high.
And, well, the Browns are going to be they're good defense. I know we don't think of the Browns as a good defensive team.
Yeah, no, they're.
But when Amari has a bad game, the next week Gruden's going to focus on him to give him more receptions. I think this could be a bounce back game.
That's a very good point. Jon Gruden's one of those guys similar to Belichick and how each game they have a game plan where somebody is featured in the offense and they've had a different person each week. This week, it could be Amari Cooper in the passing game, could be Marshawn Lynch at some point, which we'll talk about because does he need more carries? Because they have not featured him, although he's had a pretty good year to date.
Yeah, he has, but again, got to feed the man.
Got to feed the man. Okay, let's go ahead and move along to our next question that we have. Another person hitting you up via Facebook. First of all, got to give a shout out to who took that picture?
Our good friend Heidi Fang.
Yeah, Heidi Fang. A shout out to Heidi Fang. Beautiful picture.
Yeah. On the cover of the sports section of the RJ on Monday morning. Yeah, it was a great picture. It summed up everything that happened on that Dolphins game.
Man, Derek Carr, that's the face that he probably made after he threw that terrible interception in the fourth quarter.
That's the face that's saying, "Where's Jack Del Rio? Bring him back."
Wow. At some point, if they start chanting that in Oakland, that'll be something
that
else.
was just a joke. But he is kind of freaking out in that picture.
Yes.
Kind of safe to say, right?
Yes, that's a great shot. Carr needs to stop F-ing up. I can't understand what is that?
I don't know, but I think Carr needs to stop messing up. How about we go?
Messing up with. Okay. So Fernando Mendez, thank you very much. Carr does need to stop messing up for sure because
there's a lot of car trouble right now. See what I did there? It's been years. I know. Sorry.
Okay, he's been holding this one for weeks now. There's been a lot of car trouble.
But I thought the car trouble would be over by now. Week 3, it's the same issue. Second half. But they're taking baby steps. Like finally they scored in the 3rd quarter last week, but then in the 4th quarter they kind of disappear. Yeah. So maybe for the next game they're going to put it together. But
maybe a touchdown in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Or not throw an interception on first down in the red zone to tie the game or go up ahead in the scoreboard. But
that was such a bad drive.
It's weird because Derek Carr is having a good year if you're not looking at the touchdown to interception ratio, which is a big part. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But I think he's averaging 312 passing yards per game. Yeah. Completion 76%. He's moving the ball. He's spreading it out to a bunch of receivers. I think last week eight receivers caught a ball from Derek Carr. So he's moving it around. He's getting the ball out quickly, which you got to do with some of these pass rushes.
Very good.
But when it comes to securing the ball in the second half, he already has 5 interceptions. and
Yes.
he only has 2 touchdown passes a whole year.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I'm starting to think maybe Derek Carr should slow it down. I know he's getting the ball out real quick, but when you have a new offense like Jon Gruden, you start thinking too much, and you want to do a lot at the line of scrimmage, which he did on that interception when he tried going to Martavis Bryant because he saw a one-on-one. But Xavier Howard from the Dolphins is having a great year. You don't want to challenge that guy in that moment. You feed the guy behind you, Marshawn Lynch.
Yes, and you throw a better pass. You throw it over throw it to where either Martavis Bryant can catch it or no one catches it. You don't throw it short on a 30-yard pass.
And I think that's just Derek Carr rushing it and maybe doubting himself. He's like, oh, I see this. Maybe I shouldn't go. And he just went for it. And I think he admitted to that he was too aggressive.
Yeah. And actually, Jon Gruden came out and said that during the press conference on Monday that he thought he was being too aggressive out there.
Maybe I know they were behind. They want to get a lot of points and take the lead. They were down 4. You want to go for a touchdown. But there's still plenty of time. You want to slow it down. And Doug Martin and Marshawn Lynch on that drive, they were moving the ball.
Yes.
Even with some dink and dunking and then, rushing the ball, they were doing great until it got to that point.
And one last stat that I have to bring up, too, with Derek Carr, because he does have some very good stats. Yeah. There's one key stat that he's not doing very good in.
What is that?
Wins and losses.
That's the most important
Yeah,
one.
that's a pretty key stat.
Yeah. 0-3, they are, I think, 1 of 3 teams in the NFL that are winless right now.
Oh, which is not good. Hey, let's go ahead and go back to our comment section. We got some folks that are watching. Again, thank you very much. Any comments that you have for either Gilbert or myself, please do not hesitate to ask us. We get you in on the show. Matthew Kern. Trade them if you can. Smoke them if you got them.
See, again, people are really panicking on these Raiders. So even in fantasy-wise, if you have a Raider, trade him.
Well, yeah.
That's Marshawn Lynch, though. Maybe he has some potential there.
Yeah, he has some potential. Marshawn Lynch has potential. You have Amari Cooper, and so did Marco. I say keep him. I've got Jared Cook. I've been playing him every week, and he's actually probably averaging 10 to 11 points, especially with that first big week. We have one of our editors, Angus. Guess who he had sitting on his bench? Not this past
Jordy
week.
Nelson.
Yes, he's got Jordy Nelson. So,
but do you trade that guy, Jordy Nelson? You go for his high value right now for that monster game, and then do you think he's gonna do it again?
I think he'll have another solid game. He's not gonna have another 100
but not consistent, right? Like week to week to count and put him in the lineup.
No. I think you need to contact a good GM like myself.
That's what I'm asking.
And find out when you should put him in the game, and I can instruct you, just like I'll instruct Angus on when he should put him in the game. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next comment. This one is via Twitter. Let's see. This is your guy. This is our guy. Not just your guy, but our guy. What do you have to say here?
Yeah, so I went out because, again, and it's kind of a pattern where when the Raiders are in 4th and short, they don't give it to Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. So here they went 96 yards to start the second half, and they didn't go to it was still in the first half. They didn't go to Marshawn Lynch. They went to Keith Smith, who was stuffed
on the goal line.
And I said the Raiders are not good on 4th down.
No.
So that was an opportunity for a guy, Harry Ruiz, to vent.
Yes.
He said they're not good on 4th down. In the 4th quarter, play calling is awful in key moments, and
tell us what you really think, Harry.
That is telling the truth right there. They're not good on 4th down.
No.
I don't know why they're going to 4th down, and sometimes when you can just kick the field goal and take your points.
Yes.
And if you are, give it to Marshawn Lynch. The 4th quarter, 37-3, that tells you everything you need to know right there. And the play calling, Gruden is not adjusting. And
he really isn't.
And Derek Carr is not doing the right reads when he's out there on the field.
And we've talked about this we are blue in the face. What does Marshawn Lynch have to do in the NFL in order to prove to whichever coach is coaching him that he is a decent person to give the ball to if it's 4th and 1? Like he's an okay player to give it to at 4th and 1.
It's like they're learning little by little every week who Marshawn Lynch is. Like
I've never heard of him.
Who's this guy? The opening week they gave him 11 carries. The second week, 18, and then the third one more carry, 19. How about giving him over 20 carries and let the guy run, But I think maybe by week 4, they'll give him 25 carries. And Chris Carson from the Seahawks got 32 carries in the game. Marshawn Lynch, exactly. Marshawn Lynch deserves at least 25 carries in the game.
Yeah, that's absurd. That is really absurd. Thank you again, folks, for getting at us here on Facebook. We have a few more comments. Alex Chisholm, our guy. It's been a little while since we talked to Alex.
I remember that name.
Big Al, what's going on, my guy? Going for that number 1 pick, Nick Bosa. That's funny. Nick Bosa's injured right now, by the way, but they could really use Nick Bosa so they can build him up. He can become a very good pass rusher, and then
trade him away.
Yeah, there you go. Then they can trade him away.
That's why I feel like Alex knows what the next question or comment is going to be, because that's a great transition. We're going to talk about potential draft picks for 2019 with our next key moment here.
There we go. Our next key moment, we will talk about that. Very good.
I'm going to save the Alex number 1 pick there.
Yeah, very good pick. He's transcendent. He's one of those people that can look into the future. Sam Schmitz. What's going on, Sam Schmitz? Say that 5 times in a row.
I will not try. I'm going to call him Double S, though.
Double S. I like that. Raiders value went up 13% this year to $2.3 billion, not million, but $1 billion, according to Forbes, leading to talk that Davis may look, we got a long one here, may look to sell the team.
Whoa.
Ooh, wow.
We're not talking about draft picks. We're talking about selling the team now.
Do you think it'd be good for them to change ownership hands? Wow. You know what? That's actually a very good question. And I'll answer first.
You go 0-3 and people are going crazy.
Well, yeah.
Selling the team.
Oof. Well, I mean, because it's a lot of money to sell it. But one, his pop is synonymous with the NFL. His pop is synonymous, or was synonymous with the Raiders. And the Raiders are synonymous with the Davis family. There's no, just like the Rooneys in Pittsburgh.
It's a family-owned operation.
Gosh, yeah. They can't sell.
I don't see it. You know, we've seen stuff like that before where teams just kind of go and leave overnight, like what happened to the Browns.
Yes.
It happens. You know, it's part of the business. But Mark Davis, I think he loves Las Vegas. He shows his face everywhere in Las Vegas. He likes being here. I know there's probably a little more value coming to Las Vegas.
Of course.
But his dad wanted to come to Las Vegas. It was like one of his dreams. I think Mark Davis is going to keep it. And he gave Jon Gruden a 10-year contract. I think they're all in on this long-term vision with Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Again, that number, 10.
10, again, 10-year deal. How much is he getting paid?
$100 million. That's right. Another
Is it guaranteed?
Fully
guaranteed.
It doesn't hit the cap, though.
No, it doesn't hit the cap. No, it's not. But fully guaranteed, $100 million. But yes.
And Derek Carr is making $125 million.
Oh, my gosh.
And you combine those two salaries, your two most important people, they're not getting the job done right now.
No, they're not getting the job done right now. And although Davis, or whoever, Davis has not made very good decisions in that regard, he didn't necessarily give Carr the contract, but he did give Gruden the contract. But no, he's not going to get rid of the Raiders. And I personally don't think it's a good idea for him to get rid of the Raiders. You need a Davis family running the Raiders in the NFL. I think that's a huge staple. Again, just like I said with the Rooney family in Pittsburgh,
and again,
need them.
If you don't give Jon Gruden all that money, if you don't want to, have some success, I think he was like, you know what, we're going to Las Vegas. We need something to change. So Jon Gruden, you're our guy to lead us there, and that's what I think what he did.
No, I agree.
Unless it goes really, really bad in a couple of Vegas years, he's like, you know what, forget this, I'm out of here. But
unless they turn into the Browns?
Yeah, I just do not see it happening. I think Mark Davis really loves Las Vegas.
Yeah, I agree completely. Let's go ahead and go to our next comment on Facebook that we got. Harry, our guy Harry, we haven't seen him for a couple weeks. So we got some return viewers, which is great. We love you guys. We love the comments.
Okay, we're getting some fans, right? Is that a word
turn them off?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, people are tuning in.
That's good. Hopefully, they still tune in when you don't have Bryan Salmond here.
What are you saying?
We'll talk about that a little bit. Maybe some breaking news later.
You gotta tell me.
I'm not stressed. From Harry again. I'm not stressing it. We can lose the rest of the games for all I care. That's a true fan, because you only really hate your team and pessimistic when you really love your team. We need first-round players from the draft for the opening ceremony season in Vegas.
This is going back to our guy Alex here. He wants first-round picks.
Yes.
And if you're going to get a first-round pick, it's Nick Bosa, who's related to Joey Bosa from the Chargers, and that family could really attack the quarterbacks.
They know how to play football.
And the thing about, if you want to get Nick Bosa, though, you have to be maybe a top 3 team. So that means you have to lose a lot in 2018. So I think Harry here says, I don't care if we lose every game. He wants to get Nick Bosa. But I don't know. It's still, I don't think they're at the point yet where we're thinking top 5 team. These guys, people are getting ahead of themselves, thinking draft.
0-3. Because they have to be able to.
And they have 2 picks in the first round. So people are getting ahead.
Right.
They're looking at the Bears pick, which I'm already looking at mock drafts today because of this comment here. Not because I'm being negative. Yeah. But the Bears that currently have the 18th pick in the NFL.
That's terrible.
It's okay, but you get number 2 and number 18. Well, because the Bears are winning. Maybe you want a couple more Trubisky.
Yeah. If you're a Raiders fan.
Yeah, if you're a Raiders fan. But 2 and 18, and obviously all the mock drafts have the Raiders taking 2 D linemen. I wonder why. But yeah, that's going to be your issue there. But if you're looking ahead, Nick Bosa looks like the guy you want. But again, you need to go maybe 2 and 14 to get that number 2 pick. Do you want to do that? It's up to you guys.
Yeah, let us know if you want to do that. Yeah. Nick Bosa, though, is definitely a person that if you're drafting, which they do need a defensive lineman for some reason because they don't have one,
For some reason, huh?
Yeah, for some odd reason, Nick Bosa is the guy to go ahead and get for sure. All right, let's go ahead and move along to our next comment that we have for Gilbert. Ricky Harrison is the one that we have next. And another, first of all, that almost looks like a fake picture.
Yeah. Heidi Fang, shout out.
Man.
What a picture.
That is a sweet picture of Jordy Nelson catching a touchdown, something that Amari Cooper has not done this season.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes. If they go 0-4, playoff chances are extremely low. Captain Obvious. I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but yes. Playoff chances are extremely low at being 0-3, but 0-4, they're very low as well.
Now do you understand why I had some positive comments to start the show?
Yes.
These are all thinking ahead to the negative. 0-4 and trading Jordy Nelson already?
Yes. Should they consider trading Jordy back to Green Bay? First of all, trading him for who? One, they didn't trade him. They got him as a free agent, correct?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make sense. Jordy Nelson's an older wide receiver.
What are you going to get?
The most you get is the fifth rounder.
Sixth rounder?
Is that what you want for Jordy Nelson? You know, I don't know. And then you already paid Jordy Nelson his guaranteed money this year. Why not just have him out there for leadership?
He's not going anywhere.
He's proven that he can still make plays, which we saw from that big game against the Dolphins.
Yes.
I just don't see it. This is not like baseball. We have a fire sale before July 15. You want to just get rid of everybody, get a bunch of draft picks.
That's funny.
In football, you already got your draft picks before the offseason and Khalil Mack trade. That's where your picks are. Just go with Jordy Nelson, see what he does in a year. Next year, that's a different story because I don't think it's guaranteed year 2. Yeah. But this year, he already got his money. Enjoy the Jordy Nelson vintage year that hopefully has more good
vintage
games.
Year.
Throwback year. How about that one?
The throwback. Yeah, so right now, Jordy, let's go ahead and take a look at what Jordy Nelson, he had 173 yards in the game, right? So through 3 games, he may have total, I'm going to go ahead and make a wild guess that total he has 226 yards on 11 receptions.
So yeah, 250.
No, actually, I on 11 receptions. His actual numbers are 11 receptions and 220.
Okay, you do.
I looked it up, yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. But Jordy Nelson outdid his yards from the first 2 games, like in the first quarter.
Yes, and that's actually not bad. If you look at through 3 games, 226 yards through 3 games.
Yeah, averaging it out. It's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. Exactly. So
he had a monster game. I think the Dolphins adjusted in that game. They saw all the openings in the midfield because Jordy Nelson was in the slot. I don't get why they don't put him in the slot more often. They had him in the outside. Jordy Nelson is not 25
He's not
anymore.
a burner.
He's not a burner. He's not an outside guy. Yeah. You put Martavis on the outside. I know you want to have Amari Cooper in the slot too because that's where he does better. Mm-hmm. But then you're hurting with Jordy Nelson on the outside. You got to put, I think, Jordy in the inside, keep Amari and Martavis on the outside.
No, I agree with
that. If I'm the coach, yes. But I'm not making $10 million a year.
You're not making $10 million for how many years?
10.
10.
Again.
No. For 10 years. Yeah, you're not doing that. So, Jordy Nelson, I think about positioning with him. I think you made a good point with that. Also, I believe Martavis Bryant this coming week, he may be a guy that they focus on because it's someone every week. He may be a guy that they focus on.
We saw Derek Carr tried going to Martavis Bryant a few times and it hurt him. But
yes.
But at least his presence out there is opening up things for other guys like Amari and Jordy. But it's time for Martavis Bryant to eat, right?
Yes.
Get him a long
White Tigers
play.
need meat.
White Tiger needs to eat already. Maybe go for a big gain of 50 yards for a touchdown. How about that, Martavis Bryant?
This is my guy, Gilbert Manzano, looking towards the future. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Lock it up, Martavis Bryant TD.
Write that down. Go to the sports book. Let's go ahead and do some rapid fire questions for you because we like to put your feet to the fire.
Yes.
The rapid fire. Oh, hey, oh. And then ask a few questions. You know what? Before we get to that, and I thought we had a new question, but we do not. All right, so first question. Will the Raiders finally give Marshawn Lynch more carries? Gilbert, go.
Yes, they saw what he's doing in the last couple games. Like I said earlier, he gets 25 carries. Whoa. He goes over 100 yards against the Browns. And the Browns defense is pretty good, though.
They are.
Now that I think about it, maybe I don't know about all that. But he will get, okay, how about I take back the 100 yards? But he will get a lot of carries. But the Browns defense, especially with Myles Garrett, is really good.
Yeah, the defense is very good.
Got ahead of myself. I keep thinking about the old Browns. I'm sorry.
He got excited, man. All these positive messages.
But there will be more carries to answer your question.
Okay. I agree with you, too, though. I think they're going to give him more carries. All right, should we expect more from the linebackers, the Raiders linebacker? Bruce Irvin, did he play last week?
I don't know, but the guys like Tyre Whitehead and Derek Johnson and Markel Lee and Lemur, where have they been?
I have no idea.
Like you're probably gonna say, who are these guys? Like, that's like are they even on the roster? The linebackers have not done anything.
No.
So it is fair to expect more from those guys, especially Tyree Whitehead, who you signed as a free agent from the Lions.
Yeah.
I think he had 100 tackles a year ago. He has maybe 15 in 3 games.
Yeah.
So it's you need more production, especially in the middle when you have these running backs who catch now in the backfield pretty often. Pretty much every running back catches now. So you got to be aware in the pass coverage.
You got to get out there. And speaking of Tyree Whitehead, he didn't even play last week. He's not. I mean, he didn't. Oh, there he is. I'm sorry.
He was out there. He just didn't seem like
yes,
it.
no, I know. He had 2 total tackles, 2 solo tackles, 3 total tackles, and our guy Bruce Irvin, whom we both agree that I guess he did play, but we didn't see him do anything. 1 tackle.
Oof.
1 tackle in the game. That's not good at all.
It's not
at all.
And they're not even getting forced fumbles or interceptions or sacks. There's nothing going on, and I don't know if it's on Paul Gunther to dial up more blitzes or whatever.
Yeah.
I know they're trying, but they need more protection from the front 7.
Man, you know who is forcing fumbles and getting sacks?
Let's not go there. Next question.
All right, the next question we have, rapid fire, quick. Spoke too soon on the offensive line. Gilberto Manzano, Colton Miller is the bomb. He's a very good rookie. He's doing very well, and
he still is, but he kind of had some trouble with Robert Quinn and Cameron Wake a week ago. And you lose Donald Penn now because he has a concussion on the right side. So, and then you get, like we mentioned, Myles Garrett this week.
Yeah.
So the O-line has still been solid, but again, it's been more Derek Carr getting rid of the ball quicker. We saw that it's not a complete product, but I'm not going to take away my credit for Colton Miller. Still a solid job, but he's kind of going through some bumps from a week ago.
Bumps from a week ago, and as far as bumps from a week ago, the Raiders being sacked. How many sacks did they give up last week versus the Miami Dolphins?
3 they gave up from
3 sacks.
The Raiders, but I'm not sure about the Dolphins. But it felt like a lot.
Well, the Dolphins got 3 sacks. The Raiders, we already know how many sacks they get per game.
Oh, that's right. 1.
Yes, they get 1 sack per game.
Continues.
The Raiders have
Clinton McDonald got the sack. Now that I remember.
Yes, that many sacks through that many games.
Maurice Hurst week 2. Bruce Irvin week 1. If I know who's getting these sacks, that's not a good sign.
No, because I know one guy who has that many sacks through 3 games.
Let's not go there.
If you take one of those sacks away and turn it upside down, you know what guy I'm talking about. That looks like an M.
You could get that in a quarter if you wanted to.
All right, so lastly, we have to talk about a prediction for this game because it's actually who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it going into week 4 that the Browns and the Raiders, who has a better record?
Browns.
Yes, who would have thought that the Browns would be
by 1.5 games? They're ones all across the board.
Yes,
1-1-1.
And who would have thunk it going into week 4 that the better quarterback would be?
Ooh, we're gonna crown Baker Mayfield already?
Well, I mean, right now, if you were to
look at, he has a win. I'll give you that.
He has a win, and if we were looking and asking people throughout the league, right now, who's a better quarterback with a better upside?
Well, yeah.
How many people do you think
number 1 pick is Baker Mayfield? But we're talking about right now. Let's live in the moment.
Yeah,
you're gonna give it to Baker right now in the moment. Not looking at 10 years from now or anything.
No, right now, if you were having a team play this weekend and you had a quarterback to choose from, which quarterback would you take?
I can't jump in on Baker. Even though I loved watching him play a week ago, I'm still taking Derek Carr.
Okay. All right.
Or Ryan Tannehill.
Mr. Larry Murr says Ryan Tannehill, the Miami fan. Yes, Ryan Tannehill, I wouldn't take him either, but Larry would because he's got 3 wins and 0 losses on the season. So this weekend, Raiders, Browns in Oakland.
Man. I really thought it was going to be the Raiders a week ago in Miami.
Yes.
I don't want to be burned twice.
Oof.
But they're coming home from a 2-game road trip.
Yes.
Again, Baker Mayfield is going to have a full start, so he might be – I know he's not going to get a lot of pass rush, but –
he's going to have 8 years back to throw the ball, yes, correct.
But it's going to be his real start, and I'm sure Paul Gunther is going to have a good game plan for him.
Yeah.
They're kind of thin. I know they have Jarvis Landry and Callaway, but they're kind of thin wide receiver.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett is going to be a problem. I know that for sure. Because that defense is really good.
Yeah.
But I think going home and the black hole is going to be fired up to give Jon Gruden his win.
Yes.
It's been 10 years.
That's right.
I keep going with these high shootouts for the Raiders. I'm done with that. So I'm going to go 17-14 Raiders.
17-14 Raiders. Wow. Does Marshawn Lynch score?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
and I said Martavis Bryant too, so that's 2 touchdowns right there. And a field goal from the new kicker.
That's true. Yeah, no more Mike Nugent. He is out on the IR right now. The Raiders just signed a new kicker. All right. So we have you giving the Raiders a win. I am going to You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't want to say it, but I think the Browns may win the game. I think Baker Mayfield's going to have a good game. Yeah, just because I've been on him right now, I think Baker Mayfield outplays Derek Carr, and the Browns actually win this game. That's terrible for me to say that, but I do believe that's going to happen.
I can see the Browns are really good, but I just, going across the country, I'm going with the whole travel thing and giving the home team the advantage.
All right. One real quickly before we get out of here, last comment from our guy Alex, Big Al Chisholm. Miller's PFF is 57.8. Their big left guard is 54.7. What's up with the big LG? Is Miller affecting him?
LG, is that a left guard?
Yes.
It's tough to say because I really like the whole unit for the Raiders. I think as a team, they're helping them out. Pro Football Focus has great stats, so that could be something there to look at.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to keep giving Colton Miller credit.
And he still is a rookie. Very good stats. Man, this guy, Alex, I remember the very first time he hit us with something, it was something I'm like, man, this guy, he knows exactly. He knows what he's talking about.
Coming off guard a little bit there.
Yeah. All right, so we're getting ready to go for this show. We're done. I hate even doing this because I can feel... I can feel myself getting emotional, but
I kind of believe it too.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
My last show with you on Mailbag, my man.
You gonna go be an actor or something?
I'm getting my Screen Actors Guild card. I'm getting my Denzel on, baby.
Wow. So
yeah.
You're going for an Oscar.
Yes.
You go from this great show here to bigger things.
Right? Yeah. I'll be a TV guy from now. I'm already a TV guy, but I will be a TV guy here locally in Las Vegas. And I will soon be sending you emails on the Mailbag.
All right.
I want to see you
watching
talking
this show, right?
You're my guy, of course.
We're still keep going. I know we're going to miss not having you here, but this show's going to go on, guys. I know Brian's a star here, but I will be better, guys.
There you go. So how can people contact you on this show? How can I contact you when I'm no longer doing the show since this is my last one?
Yeah, Twitter, gmanzano24, or an email, gmanzano@reviewjournal.com. And Brian, thank you for all the love and all the help here on the show.
Seriously, you already know you're my guy, for real. I appreciate it. I love doing this show with Gilbert. I will no longer be doing it, but he'll have somebody else doing it with him who's not Bryan Salmond.
Take those Khalil Mack takes to your other show.
Yeah, so basically what's going to happen is when I'm going to go to the next show, I'm going to be the player of the year.
We won't mention Khalil Mack here. We've moved on.
We have moved on. Hey, thank you guys for joining us and being a part of our Vegas Nation Mailbag show. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure dealing with you guys. Our podcast, we'll have that one tomorrow. It'll be my last one for that as well. Gilberto, myself, and Michael Gelkin. Yeah, I know, the last one of that as well. So for Gilberto Manzano and our Vegas Nation Mailbag, I'm Bryan Salmond, live here on Facebook. We'll see you next time.